Follow her.
Ready, Mark?
After what she get mad on the phone.
I don't remember. I know the whole building. Okay, I don't want people back there in the back. Come on over here, Emily, Armani, I need everybody over here. We need to move in and move up. Move in and move up.
Where my pencils up? Where my books up? Who got my book? Here's the damn.
Okay, ladies, I need y'all over here.
Armani. So you did this? She told me when you called her. So you think Megan's baby? You didn't hear something?
Armani, Andy, y'all ready? She was trying to get to you. Got your back turned, Savannah. I need your undivided attention. Okay. Y'all remember, I don't know, everybody in here might not know. But the reason why I started working with young ladies, young girls like your age, is because when I was your age, I got raped. And I got raped because I was naive about a lot of things. Everybody know what naive means?
Yes, you were gullible.
He was.
AirPods. I wish a person would
I was gullible about a lot of things. I had low self-esteem because I was also tricked by the images that I saw in the media of what I thought was a pretty girl. And plus how boys acted at our school. Like the boys used to chase the light-skinned girls with long hair. I was chubby. I had short hair. People used to call me rubber lips. People used to pick, you know, people do that. You grow up with people teasing each other and all of that. All of that kind of stuff has an effect on you, as you already know, because most of y'all talked in your, when I asked you that day to fill out stuff that you want to change about the school, a lot of y'all talked about drama at the school, girls picking on each other, bullying each other. I think y'all talked about some other issues at the school that were bothering you, or just between us or you all as girls. But anyway, a lot of things bothered me when I was growing up. And one of the things that bothered me that I didn't realize how much it hurt me and affected me was my mother and father had a real bad fight when I was about 4 or 5. Maybe I was 5. Because I remember going to school and they sent me back home because I couldn't stop crying. Like I cried all day long. But anyway, so I wrote a book about my life, about, you know, like those incidents that happened to me and how I got into prostitution. I became a teenage prostitute and I became a young adult prostitute. I had children, I'm being married. Not that that's like a cardinal sin, but, you know, now more and more that's being accepted. But the way that I had my children was I was not responsible, right? Because I was drinking and getting high. I was working the streets, and my life was a mess, and I wasn't really able to be a parent. So that was like me, very irresponsible of me to get pregnant. But I was sick. By the time, you know, time went on, I was sick. And I needed help, but I didn't know how to get help. And I just kept getting high, thinking that that was going to make my life all right. But anyway, so I wrote a book about it. And my book is called From Ho-Ho on Dope to PhD. It's PhD to PhD, How Education Saved My Life. And myself and a friend read the book, and we came up with different little excerpts from the book to make this one-woman show. Now, I'm not all the way ready for my one-woman show yet. But I have to be by November 9th because I'm doing a one-woman show in Oakland, California.
Get it, girl!
But anyway, I I'm going to be working. This is what I want you all to do today when we start working on your rhyme that you started, because I don't want you to think you're finished. Because in order to be good, you can't give people the first thing that comes off your brain. You have to work on it. You have to revise it. You have to talk about it with other people. You have to workshop it. You got to get it to a level. So don't think that just because you wrote a little 4 or 5 line poem that that's it. No, you got to keep working. So today, I want, after we get through, the people are going to come up and do whatever they're going to do. I want you to take whatever it is you wrote today. We're going to work in groups on how to make it better, how to make it bigger, how to make it better, okay? So, okay. This is one scene from Ho Ho on Dope to PhD.
Wait, what's PhD?
Ho Ho on Dope.
Ho Ho on Dope.
Wait, so you used to, so you're saying po like a hoe, like you a hoe? Like po?
A hoe,
On dope?
so-called hoe. Because
Hoe?
part of my hoe,
On
like
dope.
core, P-O-O-R is
Porn?
the standard core.
Oh my
You
God.
core, like
Ho on Dope.
core, right?
Porn, nasty.
Remember last week when we were talking about ghetto? And y'all was saying ghetto was
Raggedy.
this, that, and the other.
Like porn? Yeah.
Short part,
That's what I'm
please put your hand down. A part of what my book is about is that anybody can become a ho-ho on dope.
Yep, sure.
And you can't judge people based on experiences that they've had.
What is a po? Like,
What is poor?
Po, yeah.
ho-ho.
What is poor?
Po. You said po.
I'm pronouncing it in the Ebonics way. Po.
It's poor.
Right, it's poor, but I'm saying
But you
po.
say po.
Right,
like-
like how poor. In Cleveland, that's how we say po. In my black neighborhood where I grew up, we say
You born in
po.
Cleveland?
I'm from Cleveland,
You
Ohio.
down the street from me, girl.
You were from MGK.
Okay, can we
Okay.
get on with it? Can we get on with it?
Get it.
Okay, we can talk, but let me do what I'm gonna do, okay? Okay, so the scene 1 begins with a montage of images of younger Elaine, her family, and her neighborhood. Sounds in the background include voices on a typical neighborhood in the 1960s. The audience should clearly hear the patois of Jamaica in America. She has me entering singing the song, but I'm not going to sing the song. Okay. Grown folks remember their childhood different looking back. Seems like the more years you live, the further away what happened gets. It's like looking back through a mirror, clouded by tears. Joy and bad times mixed together unless you sit down and write or talk to somebody else who was there. All you have is bits and pieces of you falling like confetti. Most of my early memories started in a neighborhood in Cleveland, Ohio's Lower East Side. Some people call it Noah's Ark. My memories beginning with either an image, a smell, a song, or something Mama or Daddy said. Back then, being black and proud was becoming popular for some listening to a different kind of drum beat. The kind that came from hearts that was cold and tired. Cold because they was black and tired because they was black and couldn't get a break in what my daddy called white man's name. Daddy was a short, bald-headed guy. Deep, dark, brown, white. Dressed gangster style like James Cagney. Wore his brim broke down and carried his pool stick in a long black case. His pool shooting friends called him bullwhip shouted from section 4. My parents were older. Daddy was born in 1907 and Mama in 1921. We were different from other people in our neighborhood. My friends used to ask, why y'all food smell funny?
Wait, what's my funny?
Why your mother talk funny? Your mother from Puerto Rico? We were the only Jamaicans around. My parents got married and had children late on account of Daddy being a traveling musician and because Mama had a rock-hard childhood. Mama was smart. She had seen enough separation in Jamaica and didn't want to add to her own by having a heap of picnic. So she just had my brother and me. Daddy was a trumpet player. He traveled all over the world and played with some of the baddest around back then, even Bessie Smith on TOBA time.
Who is Bessie Smith?
I remember he'd come home singing one of her favorite songs after a hard day's work. If I should take a notion to jump right into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do. If my man ain't got no money and I say take all of mine, honey, ain't nobody's business if I do.
One who was like
He said he almost fell off the bandstand one night after taking a toke off of somebody's split. He used to tell me stuff like, don't never smoke no weeds, lady. Don't never smoke no weeds, lady. I have listened to him. What did he know? Later I learned that TOBA stood for Theater Owners Booking Association, a network that booked black entertainers all over the country. My daddy was among the first black professional musicians, and I was a daddy's girl. Mama sure was pretty. Nice legs, a Colgate smile. She was what Jamaicans call tripping through white. She was always fussing at me and my brother about speaking proper English.
Shut up, y'all. I want to hear this first.
Okay, come on, she just keeps on talking. Why is it that y'all bored?
No, I like it.
You can't act like this. Not while she.
Okay, y'all need to shut up and try to listen to it.
And you can ask me questions when I'm done, but
Okay.
you know, let me get through it. Okay?
No, she's shy.
I hate it when she say something about my speech and make me repeat it like the teacher them says in our school. Even though she only had a 6th grade education, by the time Daddy met her in Jamaica, she was working as a telephone operator. Not long after Daddy brought her to Cleveland, Mama found out she didn't speak English well enough to be an operator in the States. And she wanted to go to night school, but somehow that just never happened. Daddy used to think he was going to control Mama, but he had another thing coming. Even though Mama didn't work for a while, Daddy didn't control Mama no kind of way. When she asked him for money and he kept complaining about her spending it on stuff like stockings and cigarettes, Mama not only got a job cleaning white folks' houses, she got a second job in true Jamaican fashion, cleaning the halls and bathrooms at my junior high school, and worked for the Board of Education for 24 years. Daddy didn't like it when Mama used to talk back to him or do what she wanted to do with her money, but she'd tell him, you marry me. I didn't marry you. You just pay these bills and take care of your kids. She'd say that right quick and go on about her business, just like she had to stand in nothing. Back then, I didn't realize how radical that was. Mama did everything with us. She was a member of the PTA, took my brother to Boy Scouts, even bought me a violin. And getting a good education was repeated like the ABCs. I did pretty good in school, too. Right up until my hormones started kicking in. And I started liking boys.
Wait, what I said about boys?
Mama did her best to protect
I don't
me.
think like boys. Calm down.
She monitored my friends like a black Jamaican guardian angel. A big fight. One evening, Mama took Chris to a Cub Scout meeting. Before they left, she called out to my daddy, Gilly, you see your dinner down the store for you and Lenny. We'll be home later, you hear? Daddy seemed all right. Mama and Chris left, and me and Daddy ate our dinner. Pretty soon, Daddy started complaining, your mammy is the best I ever seen. Look how she got all this packed up on top of this closet. I didn't know what was wrong, knowing better than to say anything. I listened to Daddy for a while, and then I went to bed. Them hollering at each other woke me up. Ross Clark, son of a bitch!
You no good, bitch!
You're a no good motherfucker! I jumped up and opened my bedroom door. Mama threw a pot of boiling hot dogs on Daddy's chest.
Ooh.
Daddy busted Mama in the head with a ketchup bottle. Blood was everywhere. I screamed and cried until my voice was gone. Mama tried to quiet me down, but nothing worked. My brother was talking to Mama and Daddy, trying next morning, but I couldn't settle down. I cried until the school called Mama and told her somebody needed to come and pick me up. I don't remember who took me home. All I know is when I got there, I hated everybody. I didn't want nobody to say nothing to me. Something was wrong, and I just knew that none of us loved each other. From that night on, Mom and Daddy never slept together again. From that night on, Mom and I shared a bedroom, and Daddy had his own room. That was the only fight they ever had, though it lasted for the rest of our lives, and we just lived over it. Okay, that's all I'm going to do.
No.
Okay, you know what's going to happen is, just like with you all, I'm going to keep working to memorize this. I'm going to commit it to memory. I used to know the whole thing by heart, but I haven't performed it in a while, so
Was you getting emotional?
fresh for me. Every time I read my book or do something
Oh, so that's about you?
it reminds me.
She's Jamaican.
Me. My
sister's Jamaican. Your dad's Jamaican.
But the reason why my dad's American and my mom's Jamaican. But the reason why I wanted to perform this for you, and I can perform it better even once I commit it back to memory again, is because I don't want you to write about something for me. I want you to write about something for you. You got to write about something that you care about, something that you know about, and something that once you perform it, people know that it meant something to you. Because you could do anything. You could just give me anything. Oh, Dr. E, I wrote this poem. Kissed my booty on Friday night. You know? But I want you to write something like last week, y'all were getting real in here. And I really appreciated that. We were talking about what it means to be ghetto. And I think that wasn't you, Alexis, that gave us the, when you said, who was sitting over there at that table? Because I might be giving you credit for somebody else. Somebody else? Well, I know that. Somebody chimed in. Somebody chimed in and said ghetto is when you act a certain way.
Me and Savannah.
I got the notes. Wait.
Me and Savannah, Jalen.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about.
We brought up ghetto.
I know you brought it up, but we got it on video, so I know who's saying what I wanted.
We not to watch these videos.
No, we're not going to watch the video, but somebody made an excellent point. I thought it was Alexis, but
No.
all of y'all made some good points.
Alexis
made. Somebody really analyzing what the was. It was somebody that was sitting at that table.
I didn't know that.
Analyzing what's ghetto meant. Somebody start. I loved when you told Aubrey what you told her. To me, that was excellent. When you told her as her friend, I hate when you act like this because that's not who you really are.
That was Selena.
Selena wasn't out that day. She never got her hair. You ever she never got her hair pulled before? She can get pulled out. It's gonna change. If you get your hair good, it's anybody.
Somebody said there's a difference if you. I couldn't see because somebody was sitting in front of them. I thought it was Alexis that said it, but who said there's a difference between. There's a difference if you act ghetto or if you are ghetto. No, it was somebody at that table. You don't sit at that table. You don't sit at that table. It was at their table. It was at Jalen's and Almani's table.
It was me and Savannah.
Neither one of you are the one who made the comment.
I think, yes,
I thought it was Alexis because you all were sitting there and it was the person who was sitting.
Wait, read it again.
No,
that was Selena. I said that.
It was somebody at, no, it was not you. We got the video. We know, I know what table it came from, and I know it was talking about it. We'll figure out what it is. But anyway, this is when we really got into analysis. And one of you all were doing the analysis. When you said there's a difference if you act ghetto or if you are ghetto. And I asked, what's the difference? And the person said, some people say ghetto is blah, blah, blah. But there's a difference between if you act ghetto or you are ghetto. And I said, what's the difference? And she said, if you act ghetto, that means you just do things that what people who say they're ghetto, like cussing and all that. But if you are ghetto, I think that means like you're in a ghetto environment and you experience it. That was a brilliant statement. All of y'all made some good, y'all started getting deep into the conversation and really analyzing the difference between somebody really being ghetto. Right? But the whole point about me talking to you all about writing about something that you care about, write from a perspective that you know about. Somebody will feel what you're writing if you do that. And you got to keep working on your writing. Don't think just because you wrote something down that somebody's going to take that. You can go higher. You always can go higher. It took me 5 years to write this book. 5 years to write this book. Revising it over and over again. It's coming out in February. It took me 5 years to get it published.
It's coming out like it's going to be published, like everybody will see it.
Providing that your parents are all right with all the bad words. Okay, now who said they want to perform? And then we going to get
And Evie, I mean, Aziza.
No, these are talent. Yeah.
So do you go back to a scene?
Nope.
You said, what about the people that I'm going to try to sing my lane. I'm just going to shoot my face.
Who wants to perform?
Miss Factory. What about the people that's rapping? I know, what about the people that's rapping?
You want to go after them?
Excuse me, Dr. E. Me and Jalen, we have a rap.
You know what? It might be better.
Come here.
The mic just let me go.
You ain't gonna give it
Okay, can we have your attention?
Oh, y'all be quiet.
Please give your attention.
Okay. We doing.
Hey, excuse me. Does it go think about you?
Yeah. Alright, we're doing Get Back to You by Frank Ocean.
Shut up!
Get Back to You by Frank Ocean.
Shut up! Oh, shut up! Dang.
Around my room before you Southern California, much like every song. My eyes don't shed tears, my bullet roll. And I'm thinking about you. Ooh, no, I've been thinking about you. You, no, I've been thinking about you. And do you things about me still? Do you?
This is about to be lame what they about to say.
It really is, but put them together. It's meaningful.
It's true, but it's lame.
It's teaching people. Don't let it play bugs, make them eggs. Don't judge us. Making an egg bag. Don't make them think it later.
Go ahead, girl.
Go get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Go, stupid.
It ain't my turn.
It ain't my turn.
Envy.
Shut up.
This got to do with something that I've taught y'all already, but okay. Bacon and deck and eggs today.
No.
Do it with rhythm. Oh.
The bean. She looking slow.
Like that, honey. Okay. Bacon is bacon, eggs, eggs. Never let it.
Say it.
In between your legs. He say you cute. He say you fine. 9 months later, that baby ain't mine.
Hey, here we go again. All the cheaters, y'all some little suitors. Be independent. Take care of your child so they won't grow up being wild.
Freestyle. Good job, y'all. Can I go? Come on, Savannah. Come on.
You better tear it up since you was back here talking about it.
Envy was. Envy. Oh, shut up. Hey, yo, where my pencil at? Where my pencil? Savannah, hey, no.
We need to go.
Alright.
No, we don't need to go. Wait. Y'all need to shh. Let it go. She knows.
She already knows we are talking about it.
Oh, you know me, cousin?
Yeah, she said, not tennis.
Alright. Okay, just come on.
Guns on deck, guns on deck. I tell him it's a homicide, murder, kill, fight, bang, kill the niggas. I shoot niggas.
I'm talking about
and I
mine.
know it's not right. I shoot and fuck niggas that I don't like. I know it's not right. Stop. I say it in my mind while I'm doing this time. I just make this one, bang, bang. Shoot it.
I know it's not right, but you was holding the paper up in your right.
Okay,
This is something that we're gonna be working on.
Okay, we can take it.
From now on, you can't get up here with papers on your face. You can't get up here.
Let's talk about us.
Yeah, but you can't do it just like that.
That was in the words of somebody else.
Are y'all listening?
Guns on deck. Guns on deck. Tell them that it's a homicide, murder, kill, fight, bang, kills niggas. I shoot niggas, bitches, and I know it's not right. Shoot them fuck niggas that I don't like. My violence make you silence. I know that's not right. Stop. I say in my mind while I'm doing this time. I just made this run, bang, shoot me.
I like your shoes.
I like it.
He was in jail because
I didn't make that.
and he made that one.
That was funny. Now I was like that right now.
The rest of the project.
My seat was right here.
Oh, that was
that
about
was
it. We should tell you what it's about.
But that's
If you wasn't listening.
everybody else is going. Not here. Okay.
I'm right there rapping. Oh, blah. Wait. I gotta tell you something. I did. It's a tennis sheet. Tell him.
draw nothing.
What?
The artist people, can you take a table and sit together? I need a mentor at the table with the artist.
I can take the art people. I like the art.
Mentors at the table with the artist.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, the people who wrote,
No, I know.
the people who write poetry.
I know.
Okay, I can help with the poetry and the writing.
I'll do the rap. I'll do the acting. I'll do the singing. Sometimes violence. No, wait, you know what I do? You sketch too?
I need a mentor at the table with you.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have to like to sing to be able to write songs. Who said they do poetry and rap? Poetry and rap? Poetry and rap? Rap?
Me and her rapping together.
Right there. That table's right there. I need people to do it. You can do stepping. You can do a dance.
We rapping. I'm in a rap. I want to sing. You singing over here, but no, y'all not over here. You're singing. No, rapping is over there. Miss Dr. G just said rapping was right here.
Where's the attendance sheet?
She said rapping was right here. She just said rapping and singing was right here.
I don't know.
Yeah, and singing. She did. I know how to rap.
Because I do some work stuff.
I'm not trying to. You got to be like, okay, so you only no, we're trying to do something. I was like, really? So happy. Okay, why not help them? I know you're I know. I want to do just, yeah, I want to do a single rapping. I want to sing when somebody can sing, when somebody write a verse. What is that? Dance? Wait. You really got to
Even if they dance.
y'all don't want to work together? I would work together. I will. We got a first established rap, right?
I do a lot of things.
No, I'm saying, even if you can do whatever.